Why should you have a company in the United Arab Emirates? That's the topic of today's video, and I want to highlight 5 reasons why you should have your company here. And everything I'm going to say here has nothing to do with what I learned in college, nothing to do with what I learned from books, nothing to do with what I learned in any course, none at all. Everything I want to share with you here is our practical experience. From day-to-day life, what actually works, cutting out all that useless cultural clutter. I'm only going to talk here about what really works. I want to highlight for you 5 reasons why you should have your company here in the United Arab Emirates. And today I'm speaking to you from our office here in Dubai, right in front of the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world, from where I manage all of our companies and businesses. First reason, 0 taxes. When you have a company in a free zone in the United Arab Emirates, the tax is 0. You don't pay any taxes, neither as a legal entity nor as an individual. So just from the start, just this alone that I'm telling you would already justify having your company here. And here's a detail. When we talk about free zones, it's not necessarily just for selling a product. There are 33 different types of free zones here, each one for a specific area. Want to see an example? We have the Jafza free zone here, which is a port free zone in Jebel Ali for those who buy and sell goods. We also have the Dafza free zone here, which is an airport free zone. We have here and in other free zones like the one I'm showing you here on the internet. Siri, which is a prominent city, was specifically created as a dedicated urban center to comfortably house the numerous tech giants. So here are the global headquarters of major technology corporations such as Microsoft, IBM, Oracle, and HP. These significant tech giants are all strategically located here in the vibrant city of Dubai. This city that was created was a city made for companies that sell services over the internet. Oops! Now I have to make some room. If you are going to open a company here in the United Arab Emirates, you don't necessarily have to live in the United Arab Emirates. Of course, it's a wonderful place to live. I live here with my family. It's an absolutely safe place. Here, it's a place so safe that you could leave a bag full of money hanging on your door and no one would steal it. No one takes it. So, from a security standpoint, you're in one of the safest places on the planet. So when you open a company here, you don't necessarily have to be a resident. You can open a company here and live in the United States. There's absolutely no problem. You can open a company here and live elsewhere. In England, you can live in Australia, in Brazil. There's absolutely no problem with that. Now, when you have your own company operating entirely online, selling a valuable service, whether it's a comprehensive course, expert consulting, or anything else, you can have your company established here, receive your money here, and pay absolutely no taxes at all. Notice that. If you are an American citizen, if your tax residence is in the United States, everything you receive as an individual, even if it's from outside the United States, you have to pay income tax in the United States. So if you got your green card, if you are an American citizen, if your tax residence is the United States, if you have a company outside the United States and did business outside the United States, I'll say it again. Everything you receive as an individual, you have to pay tax on it. But if you have a company in the United Arab Emirates, if you have a company here in Dubai and you don't make any withdrawals for yourself as an individual, you leave everything in the company, you don't have to pay a single cent in taxes on all the profit you have in the legal entity. Here in the United Arab Emirates. That's the big reality. So there's this detail. You can have your company here in the United Arab Emirates, have a bank account, a credit card to use anywhere in the world, and not pay any taxes as long as all the money is moved by the company, not by you, an individual. So let's go. That's the first reason. It's the 0 tax. The second reason is that when you sell a product or service to this very select audience, the Arab public, you get paid in advance. Let me quickly explain this to you. In international trade, the buyer pays up front. Anything you want to import from China, you pay first, then the Chinese send you the product. That's how it works. Anything the Arabs want to buy from you, they will also pay first. Only then do you send the product to them. In other words, you make money using the client's money. You won't need to use your own working capital. You won't need to spend your own money. You won't need to borrow money from the bank to buy goods to send to your client. Because your very own client will ultimately be your primary financier. Now, this only happens if you have a company here. Because if you want to sell a product to an Arab client and you don't want to have a company in the United Arab Emirates, you don't want to have a company in a free zone, they won't send you the money up front. There's absolutely no problem if you say, Leandro, I'd like to sell to the Arab world, but I don't want to open my company in the Arab world. That's not a problem at all. You can keep making sales, but you won't get paid up front. You'll have to cover the entire operation out of your own pocket in order to get the product there. First, here, as soon as the product arrives, they pay you. Now, many companies will prefer to invest a small amount like this to open a company here, so they don't have to get working capital loans from the bank. So they don't have to go into debt and can use the client themselves as the financier of the operation. In this way, this is the second reason why you should have your company here. Let's move on to the third reason. It's the volume of clients. Just so you have an idea of what I'm talking about, when we talk about the Arab world, I'm referring to 22 Arab countries, which together represent about 800 million inhabitants, 800 million people. If you do a search on Google or do a search on ChatGPT, you'll see that the number of inhabitants they show you is around 400 million people. But Google takes into account the census conducted years ago. According to information from the official website of the United Arab Emirates government today, the number of inhabitants is approaching 800 million people. This represents about 3 times the economically active population of the United States. So it's a very large consumer market that you can access. So that's the third reason. Now I'll move on to the fourth reason. The fourth reason is delivery logistics. When you have your company in the free zone here in the United Arab Emirates, a hub was built here. A logistics system was created that connects the 22 countries through a railway network. A major project built by the Chinese in partnership with the Arabs. So for example, let me give you a practical example from my own company. We have just now, as you can see here, a new distribution warehouse here in the free zone. We have a total of 4 of these here. This is the one I'm showing you. Each warehouse has a total area of 74,000 square meters. We have 4 of these here to handle the distribution. When a ship arrives in Libya, there is a complexity involved in making deliveries. When your ship arrives in Morocco, there is also a complexity in making deliveries. For your ship to arrive in Saudi Arabia, in each place, in each Arab country, there is a lot of complexity regarding customs procedures in the matter of customs clearance of the cargo. Here, things are much easier. So when your product arrives at the port of Jebel Ali, at Khalifa Port, which are the 3rd and 4th largest ports in the world, number 1 is the port of Shanghai, followed by the port of Shenzhen, 3rd is Khalifa Port, and 4th is Jebel Ali Port. So the ports here in the Arab world are considered the most modern in the world. And not only that, the extensive port area encompassing all the necessary infrastructure, comprehensive logistics, ample storage, and also efficient distribution by both road and rail is designed to effectively connect 22 countries. So it consequently becomes much more cost-effective for you if you truly want to reach these 22 Arab countries to have your entire logistics operation right here. Many companies that currently serve the European market, many companies that serve the North African and Northeast African regions, many companies are actively moving their operational bases here to the strategically located free zones of the United Arab Emirates for the following compelling reason. When you rent a warehouse facility here, I can practically and confidently state that the rental cost is almost entirely free because the prices are astonishingly 20 times lower than virtually anywhere else in the entire world. This significant cost advantage makes it an incredibly attractive destination for businesses seeking efficiency and reduced overheads. All the electricity used is generated by solar panels, by photovoltaic panels, so the energy for your warehouse, your machines, and everything you need is practically zero cost. Violence and the possibility of cargo theft are zero. The infrastructure that is created to support the companies, it's an infrastructure that would make any country in the world envious. So several of my clients are moving here to Dubai. Clients? These are clients coming from the United States, clients from Brazil, from Europe, from many places, to open their companies here. If you need assistance with the process of legalizing your company, we can do that for you. The legalization of your company happens in 2 stages. The first stage is 100% online, over the internet. We can get it done in approximately 15 days. That's how long it takes for your tax ID to be issued, which is your company's birth certificate. There is a second stage in the legalization of your company, and there's no way around it. This one has to be done in person, because it will require you to do a face scan, retina scan, palm scan, as well as a health check, blood test, and a chest x-ray. So these are the exams that are done. Right after that, your Emirates ID is issued, which is your identity card. The Emirates ID gives you free access to various services here in the United Arab Emirates, including the ability to enter the country without needing a passport, just with your Emirates ID. This gives you more legitimacy. But for those who want to open a company in the United Arab Emirates and don't want to come here to complete the second stage, just with the first stage, you can already open a bank account and start your business. Nothing stops you from doing that. Let's move on to the 5th reason why you should have your company here in Dubai, here in the United Arab Emirates, which is the issue of security. And when I talk about security, I mean it in the broadest sense of the word. Legal security, political security, economic security. I've lived here for many years. I've been residing in the United Arab Emirates for over 10 years, although I also have a residence in Brazil, in São Paulo, a residence in the United States, in New York, in China, in Shenzhen, but most of the year I spend here in the United Arab Emirates. Since I arrived here, since I got here, a bottle of water has been the same price. It doesn't go up or down by a cent. So it's really good to make medium and long-term planning. It's very complicated for someone who sells a product to deal with big fluctuations in the exchange rate, where in the morning the dollar is one value, in the afternoon it's another, and at night it's yet another. So it's complicated. Many times a small change in the exchange rate can eat up your entire profit margin, and depending on the fluctuation, it can even drive your company to bankruptcy. So, placing the heart of your company in a place with economic and political stability, where you have this level of security, helps any business grow. It helps your business grow at a different pace compared to many other places in the world. I'm an enthusiast of the United States. I'm an enthusiast. Americans produce wonderful products that are desired all over the world. But you need to understand the following. It's not enough to just sell a good product. For example, I only consider it a good product if there is someone to buy it, otherwise it doesn't matter. You have a good product. Is there someone wanting to buy your product? No? Then your product is worth nothing. A good product is one that has someone wanting to buy it. So, Americans produce wonderful products, but I notice that they face some difficulty in making sales. And selling something within the United States, the level of complexity is much higher. There are a lot of people doing the same thing. Now, when you start looking at the Arab countries are in the middle of the desert. In the desert, in the Arab countries, even the water people drink is imported. There is a lot of room for work for you to make money. There are many opportunities. Here, where I'm speaking to you from, everything your company manufactures, everything your company wants to sell is needed. And when I talk about selling to the Arab world, it doesn't necessarily mean it's something you have to manufacture yourself. Many of my clients sell products that are manufactured by others. This is what we call private label. It's when you own the company, you own the brand, you create the product specifications, and another company manufactures your product. When I started exporting coffee here to Dubai, that's what happened. I didn't own a farm, I didn't own a coffee packaging machine, I didn't own anything. I was simply the owner of the brand and the company. And I outsourced 100% of my production. That's how I started. After all, when I started, I didn't have the money to own any kind of factory. I started with very little money. So, for you who are watching me, when we talk about exporting to 22 countries, the first thing that comes to mind is that to meet the demand of 22 countries, you need to have a very large factory. You need to have a lot of money invested, and you get the feeling that this video isn't for you. That I'm talking to someone very, very rich and that this video isn't for you. That's not true. This video is for you, yes, because more important than having money is having a good idea. Who's going to manufacture your product? That's a whole other story. That's a different conversation. Now you need to focus on the following: what to do, what to sell. How are you going to produce it for delivery? That's a second conversation that I'll have with you in upcoming videos here on the channel. That's why I ask you to subscribe to our channel right now, leave your like and share this video with your friends so that we can help as many entrepreneurs as possible here through our channel. So these are the 5 reasons why you should have a company. And I'll say it again. If you need advice, need some help, need some guidance, a consultation, I'll put my WhatsApp here in the description of our video. From Dubai, so you can get in touch with us. I appreciate your viewership, your trust, and I'll see you at our next meeting. See you then.